Mariota now on second down. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. Flash the power and able to get it to the 10-yard line with it. And that helps get them out from the shadow of their own goalpost. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. So now a 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. Throwing, Mariota. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Let's take it at around the 40. 12 yards on the return that time. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Now the rookie from NC State, this is Nyheim Hines. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
From the 50, it's Darnold. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Throwing right side, that's complete. Demaryius Thomas. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear. But here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. And that'll set him back 5. Here's J.K. Scott now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now out comes Minnesota. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And they'll get him down up past the 15. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And there's a nice catch by Mike Gesicki, the rookie out of Penn State. And, partner, you saw him when you were covering Big Ten football. He didn't block very many people, but that's not what they asked him to do. They asked him to go downfield and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
Yeah, absolutely right, and he can do it with the best of them.
Yeah, and how about him in his high school video? Did you ever see any of that with him dunking basketballs and spiking volleyballs? His athletic ability is off the charts.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's a give to Fournette. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
Let's go.
3rd and long here for Mariota. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
4 down. All right, here we go.
They begin the drive with Hines. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Gun!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or are asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Darnold from the gun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On 1st and 10, Darnold looking deep for Demarius. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
To throw is Darnold. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Mariota now from the 50. And Thomas has it. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's intercepted at the goal. And I do believe this is going to line up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Dancing to his left. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Mariota now to throw on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he can get a good head of steam going.
On second down, here's Fournette. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They go play action here on first down. He's airing it out for Williams. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next year?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to...
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Margus Hunt forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Lucky 56. Gone.
Here's Darnold. They find some open field here. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner, was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
The Eagles on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. The Eagles on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Detroit!
Darnold now to throw. Aguilar has it. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56.
Back to throw, Darnold. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there for Philly. 57 yards. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9.
Hey, go down. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Darnold. And the Eagles are in for 6.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is up to 5. Cat and 0 out now as he'll kick this one away. Returnable here for Davis. And now out comes Minnesota. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Where are they, team?
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Got his man there complete to Gallup. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Steps away to his left. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Over the middle, it's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen?
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now a second down throw for Mariota. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Third and short yardage. Mariota. And he's got Miller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Mariota on first down. Dumps it off to Fournette. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Brought him a little extra space. Call it a pickup of 7. And it'll be a second down.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there. Second down. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Mariota now on second down. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down. The Vikings on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is third down and 12. From the gun, Mariota. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Mike Gesicki, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Throwing is Mariota. On the move to his left. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Oh, good move.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And now out comes Minnesota. Now, they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start down to 5 on the 10. They should be ready to go.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, it's Fournette. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9 yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys in great field position, probably near midfield or better.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Let's take it inside his own 40. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 50, it's Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. And he fires one incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams, and there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And down he'll go at the 25. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again.
Right,
so it's not
56.
picking up a couple of first downs.
56.
You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Detroit! Detroit!
A first down throw, Darnold finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Murray fighting, lost the football. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. This is intercepted. Jesse Bates, the rookie safety, his first pick in the league. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's a tough spot as a quarterback, Charles. You want to get rid of it, but you see what can happen when you do try to get rid of it with pressure.
Yeah, and how about the pressure coming without them having to blitz? That's when you know things are clicking for your defense, and the end result, they end up gaining 6 points.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. Fresh off the pick six, it's Darnold. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. On 1st down, Darnold. And here's a leaping catch. He pulled it in. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. On 1st and 10, Darnold. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Dante Moncrief. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. And so it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this 1st half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And some space here. And getting this this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. A handoff to Fournette, and they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The Vikings on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8. Mariota got his man there complete to Gallup. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot! Hot!
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks and the speed and quickness that defensive line.
He's got a man complete. A gain of 32 that time. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
He's back to throw. Throwing right side, that's complete. Demaryius Thomas. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Lucky 56.
Back to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings are going to win this football game. Mariota with a knee to the ground, and that should be it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys who's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Minnesota, they moved back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Oh.